Margaret Mead famously said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world." Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. Profound words, but you can't create positive change until you know what needs changing. Our not-for-profit hospitals and departments of health are committed to making Hillsborough, Pinellas, Pasco, and Polk counties healthier, safer, better. So we sent a survey to those communities to learn what they needed most. We received almost 20,000 responses. We also asked some residents to sit in front of a video camera and answer questions about their communities and what they need. Here are their answers. Every voice matters.
I have a real heart sense of community. To me, is a place you really feel strongly is your home. Your home in the sense of a place that's secure and safe, a place that you feel comfortable raising your family, a place where you feel like you're accepted, where there are people there that you can relate to, and also people that help you stretch in new and different ways, because it's a broad-based community of a lot of different people.
To me, community is your supporting cast, how you identify yourself or your surroundings. It could be your ethnicity, your race, your family.
For me, a community is people helping one another.
Community for me is not a place really, as much as a sense of belonging.
People working together, trying to help one another.
Community to me means a group of individuals living or working or playing in a particular area, sharing the same values, the same goals.
Community is people trying to work together for the good of where they live.
It's where you get your sense of belonging. It's where you call home. It's where you run back to.
The thing that sticks in my mind is that old adage, it takes a village to raise a child, right? A community is just a larger village, and we all have to be together. We all have to work together.
The way I see community, it's a like group of people that have the same issues and needs.
Yo defino mi comunidad o una comunidad, un lugar que es seguro, no solamente para los niños, pero la familia entera.
It's creating prosperity, it's creating safety and security for each other, and being there and responsive and resilient when we need each other.
I think the first thing a community needs to do to be healthy is to make sure that everybody in that community, regardless of their financial situation, has access to quality health care.
There needs to be some sort of leadership, some sort of access to resources.
For a community to be healthy, I feel personally that it should be a safe environment for families to be able to eat, sleep, and pray together.
We need good justice. That's what we need in our community.
In order to have a healthy community, it's important that you have healthy people. And so they need to have affordable health care, they need to have access to health care, and then they need to utilize the services that are available.
We are really in a community facing a lot of mental health challenges right now. And I think for our community to be the healthiest it can be, we should pay more attention to mental health.
We have to be able to teach one another the importance of mental health, how to seek assistance, when to identify when someone needs assistance.
We need to look at the whole community. We need to consider Hillsborough County to be the bigger community. And we need to make sure those people in East County, South County, hard-to-reach areas have health care services, preventive health care services, so we can all be healthy.
Being a walkable community, that means sidewalks.
Maybe it's just a pipe dream, but I would love to see, every bus stop in Pasco County have a bench and a shelter.
I was a farm worker before, and it was very hard for me to get all this help. Education, I wasn't educated at all. I didn't know how to take care of myself and my health, because I was always working in the fields. We need people to come to our community, to train our community for them to learn, either for health, education, and for the children, how to be there for the children.
To be healthier, this community, I think, needs less apathy. more education. I think there's a lot of preventative services that are available that people don't take advantage of.
We have issues with education. We have issues with transportation, with employability skills and employability.
Au niveau de peur, deuxième la société, côté que Haïtiens peur même font application pour un problème médical que le cas gagne pour aller au docteur.
Affordable housing, reliable transportation, and food. We are a very hungry county.
Well, I think Pasco County lacks an overall approach to health care. We have pockets where people are influencing health and access to care, but we don't have a Pasco County improvement plan. The recent assessment that we've put together is first to identify what those problems are, but secondly, and probably the most important, is to develop a community health improvement plan.
Para que la comunidad hispana sea un poco más saludable, necesitamos un poquito más de tolerancia y aceptación de parte de otras comunidades.
In Pasco County, a lot of doctors are not sure how to take care of the transgender community. We seem to be the novelty, I suppose, of the community, but yet we shouldn't be a novelty.
I truly don't believe that our town, our community, Tampa, is really going to hit its true stride until we make significant impact and headway in addressing our behavioral health stereotypes and stigmas.
The specific needs that the community I'm a part of at the University of South Florida, St. Petersburg would most likely be mental health and overall wellness. Unfortunately, as we've seen so often in the news of school shootings and things like that, I think that is one of our top priorities that needs to be addressed.
As a transgender man here in Pinellas County, when I think about physical and emotional and social health and well-being, there are a lot of factors that are a concern. I mean, having health care needs met and what all those layers are about and having accessibility are still issues. 1 in 4, 25% of transgender Americans don't have health care. And not knowing when I walk into the door to see the provider how I will be treated is tough and is sometimes just even a burden or a hurdle to even get through the door. And I have a lot of friends in my community who choose just to not get health care. And often things go untreated until it's far too late, and we lose people.
I think the first thing that any good doctor or medical provider should know about their patients is a little bit about their life. You know, what kind of lifestyle do they lead? First of all, is it a healthy lifestyle? Is it not? What kind of food do they eat? What kind of exercise do they get? Do they smoke? Do they drink? Those sort of things. But they also need to understand what can these folks actually afford.
Do they have a home? Are they laid off? Are they going back to school? A physician's office, in my view, would really be beneficial to the health of the entire person if the doctor's office was aware that if someone was laid off, that there is financial help at county government on rental assistance. Is there a place to get employment if you're unemployed?
We have to focus on helping the elderly population, as well as everyone else, because they deserve it too.
Some statistics say that 20% of your community is dealing with depression. Well, in Clearwater alone, that's 20,000 people. So, we want to make sure those people are connected to services before those issues become more acute, more crisis related.
When I go to the doctor, I don't want them to tell me what new prescription I need to have. I want to know, how can I have more control over my health? How can I eat the healthy things or eat the right things or do the right things that are going to help to make me healthy and prevent me from coming in with a new illness every year?
It's hard when they don't have the means, not even to have a toothbrush.
Apprendre moun la communauté qui valeur qui ça pour faire pour rester en santé. Surtout de ces questions d'éducation.
They need to know that we need them. If we are going to change the world, we're going to have to find a way to go to the places where the impoverished people live.
You need to provide them time to talk and time to understand. They might be scared to talk to you.
The words that they share, the way that they share them, can be so important beyond the technical aspects of their work. The compassion that they show, or the lack thereof, can make all the difference in the world.
My family doctor growing up knew my name, knew my parents. You don't find that as much anymore, but I think we need to get back to that where we're a person again, not a health insurance number, not a chart number.
They really seem more concerned about the cost of prescriptions than even the cost of the doctor.
Me gustaría que los doctores entendieran un poco la cultura de los hispanos, que entiendan que muchos no tienen la accesibilidad que pudieran tener aquí para comidas más saludables y la transportación.
They need to become more mobile. You need to take the services to the people and not always assume the people can get to you. I would also like for all of them to be trauma-informed. Everyone they work with needs trauma-informed care training and also mental health first aid training.
No one wants to be a number that just goes in and goes out very quickly. I think when people are facing crisis or healthcare concerns, that bedside manner is as important today as ever before.
One of the most powerful things you can do as a provider, a trusted provider in our community, is to really ask the question, how are you feeling? And really wait for that response. Not the surface response of, oh, I'm fine, everything is great, but really ask those tough questions. What's going on in your life? How are you feeling? Have you ever contemplated suicide? It is amazing when we ask those questions of people in the community where I live, work, and play, how oftentimes people have been waiting their whole life for someone to ask them, really ask them those questions.
Ultimately, I think we all want the best thing for one another, and that's the best part of community, I think. But if we don't know each other, if we don't really know what each other needs, we stay distant, and we can't build community, which is based on unity.